I'm gonna be honest, I don't really love Genie Plus. I don't know that anybody does. Now, have I learned how to work the system in my favor and for my family? Yes, because when it comes to Disney planning, I am the mastermind.
Thanks.
Thank you, Taylor. Hi, I'm Erin with Vacationeer. We are diamond earmarked authorized Disney vacation planners. We're going to walk through all of the basics today to help you in case you want to use this tool as a part of your Walt Disney World vacation. We're going to talk about exactly what it is, how to purchase it, how to book your Lightning Lane experiences with it, and how to modify or cancel any of your Lightning Lane reservations. Depending on where you are on the scale of loving technology, I mean, you could be over here.
It's getting me pumped!
Or you could be over here. Either way, you're gonna be able to learn how to use Genie Plus through your My Disney Experience app. There's a lot of new vocabulary that feels like it pops up within Disney World all the time. If you haven't been in a hot second, or maybe you went as a kid but not as an adult, completely different experiences, by the way. There's just a lot of language to Disney. Genie Plus is one of those things. So first we have Genie, which is the standard free tool that Disney offers in their My Disney Experience app that notes when shows are happening or when lines are a little bit lower or what the average wait times are for those particular attractions. It's going to be useful information, but it's not going to help you with your Lightning Lane selection. Then we have Genie Plus. Genie Plus is the paid for portion of Genie, which allows you to make Lightning Lane suggestions and skip the standard wait times in a Lightning Lane. Individual Lightning Lane is a separate paid for tool that gives you access to Lightning Lanes for the most popular attractions in each park. My Disney Experience. This is the Disney portal that you are going to use on your computer to review your reservations, and you're going to use on your phone to do things like mobile ordering, and specifically for this video, Genie Plus and individual Lightning Lanes. Speaking of your My Disney Experience app, if you haven't already, get on your smartphone and download the My Disney Experience app through your phone's app store. If you haven't set up your My Disney Experience account yet, go ahead and check out our video up here. We're gonna walk you through how to set up the basics for that account so that you can utilize the My Disney Experience tool on your phone and Genie Plus. When utilizing Genie Plus, you'll be able to skip multiple attraction standard wait times. However, you will only be able to reserve one Lightning Lane at a time. You will not be able to stack your selections. Lightning Lanes can be purchased two different ways. If you wanted to do an individual Lightning Lane, you would have to purchase this separate from a Genie Plus Lightning Lane. There are only 5 options throughout the 4 parks that these individual Lightning Lane reservations apply to. So the 5 rides are Magic Kingdom, you have Tron, and you've got Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It's the only park where there is currently 2 individual Lightning Lane options available. These would be a separate purchase each. Then over at Hollywood Studios, we have Star Wars Rise of the Resistance. Animal Kingdom, we've got Avatar Flight of Passage. Then at Epcot, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. Individual Lightning Lanes for each of these rides can be purchased on the day of your park visit. Now, prices do vary according to attendance and the busyness of the park season. You'll be able to select an available window of time to return to the attraction and skip the regular wait. It's important to note that these rides are not included as options within the separate Genie Plus purchase. Another Disney vocabulary word that you may have heard of is virtual queue. There are also virtual queues for Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. There's also one for Tron. The main difference between an individual Lightning Lane and these virtual queues is that a virtual queue is not a paid option. This is something that you will have to digitally reserve when you're planning to go into the park that day. However, it is to help them manage the physical lines. These are very popular attractions, and you are going to have a given wait time where you can then scan in and wait in the standard queue. So why might you consider using Genie Plus for your next Walt Disney World vacation? Genie Plus can help you visit more of the most popular attractions in a shorter amount of time. The tool allows you to schedule more of your day and spend that extra time enjoying other park offerings such as shows, pin trading, dining, shopping, character spotting. The list goes on. You'll be waiting, but you won't be waiting in the physical line. Okay, let's review vocabulary one more time to make sure we really got this. So lightning lane, we've got Genie Plus lightning lanes, we've got individual lightning lanes. So this is going to be the line that you're scanning into with your Magic Band or your Key to the World card that is going to allow you to skip that standard line. So you're going to get to go through the lightning lane much quicker to get to the attraction. Prior to actually purchasing Genie Plus for the day, there's a few things you want to make sure you have in order. If you haven't already, please go set up your My Disney Experience account and download the app on your smartphone. You can't make anything on Genie Plus and Lightning Lanes happen without these two things in place. Also, it's important to go verify your resort reservation and your park reservation if you're traveling before January 9th, 2024. Make sure you speak with your travel agent about park reservation requirements moving into 2024. And last but not least, verify your payment information. Within your profile, you're going to want to set up a payment method. This is going to make the purchase of your Genie Plus and your individual lightning lane that much smoother on the day of. Let's hop into actually purchasing Genie Plus. It's important to note that Genie Plus and individual lightning lanes are two separate purchases, so that if you are planning on utilizing both for that day, you're going to have to make two separate transactions. For instance, if you're planning to purchase Genie Plus for Hollywood Studios, it's going to be $24 per person for that day. But if you're also wanting to do the individual lightning lane for Rise of the Resistance, it's going to be an additional $22 per person, depending on what the prices are that day. The particular day that we last went, that's what the prices were. But it's going to be two separate purchases for Genie Plus and individual lightning lane. You can purchase Genie Plus for your day as early as 12 a.m. Unfortunately, you are not able to purchase it for your entire package at Disney World anymore. So you can't purchase it in advance when you're making your resort and ticket package. You can only purchase it per day. So the day that you're intending to enter the park, that's the day that you're going to purchase your Genie Plus package. You can purchase it as early as 12 a.m. So when midnight strikes, go ahead, you can get on there and purchase it. Not that you're going to probably be up at midnight, I don't know, maybe, but you will want to purchase it before 7 a.m. So what I recommend is at least 6:45, unless you're really good at working your technology right down to the minute. Give yourself a few minutes, go ahead and purchase Genie Plus for your family that day so that at 7 a.m. you can make your very first selection. As of summer 2023, you have the option to do Genie Plus for individual parks. So the pricing is different based on which park you are purchasing Genie Plus for. You also still have the option to purchase Genie Plus for multiple parks. So say you're only visiting Hollywood Studios that day, you can purchase just the Hollywood Studios Genie Plus option. However, if you're planning to visit Hollywood Studios and Epcot with your park hopper ticket and you know you're going to want to utilize those lightning lanes at both parks, you're going to want to purchase the multi-park option. But having a park hopper ticket does not automatically mean that you have to purchase the multi-park Genie Plus. So let's say that you're still visiting Hollywood Studios and Epcot that day and you plan to utilize Genie Plus for the lightning lanes at Hollywood Studios, but you're only going over to Epcot to grab dinner that night. You can still just purchase the single Hollywood Studios Genie Plus and save a little bit of money, not having to purchase the multi-park if you have no intention of using lightning lanes in other parks that day. This new option of singular park versus multi-park is intended to save you a little bit of money if you know that you don't intend to use it throughout multiple parks. You're also going to want to do a couple other steps to set yourself up for success before you make your selections that morning. So we're going to go into your My Disney Experience app and find that My Day link on your front page. Right there at the top of your My Day page, you're gonna see a box that says Start Here to plan your day. Select the Get Started Now button. Within this new window, you're gonna hit Start Now. Here you're gonna select the date and the park that you're wanting to make plans for. Then hit Continue. Go ahead and select each person within your family that these plans are going to apply to. On your Attractions tab, you're gonna select no more than 3 rides for your party's top priorities for that day. Most of the time, this will look like one of the individual Lightning Lane selections and then maybe 2 other Genie Plus selections. Don't select more than 3 options. Then you're gonna skip through the other things that are asking about your dining or your character preferences. Those are irrelevant at this moment. So once you've completed this and you've come back to your My Day page, you're now going to click on that tip board tab. Before you actually made that small amount of personalization in your 3 selections, this tip board was actually filtered in alphabetical order. So if you wanted to do Star Wars Rise of the Resistance, you would have had to have scrolled all the way to the bottom to find it and make that selection. However, now that you've made that part of your plans or priorities for that day, it shows up at the top of your tip board. This is one of those small little things that just saves you time when you are trying to get the attractions that you really want to ride that day. For Walt Disney World Resort guests, because you can make your Genie Plus selections and your individual Lightning Lane selections both at 7 a.m., I suggest that you make your purchase and selection of your individual Lightning Lane first. My reasoning for that is your individual Lightning Lanes are these specific rides because they are the most popular attractions in the park. So these individual Lightning Lanes will tend to go quicker than the ones that are in the collection of Lightning Lanes in Genie Plus. It is going to take you just a little bit longer because you also have to process the purchase and the selection of the individual Lightning Lane at 7 a.m. But you've done yourself a favor because you've gone ahead and woken up early to purchase Genie Plus. That part's out of the way. You're ready to purchase and select your individual Lightning Lane for the day. You've refreshed your page at 7 a.m. and a box has come up that is now going to let you select and purchase your individual Lightning Lane. You'll see the pricing in there for that particular day. Click on the box. You're going to go in and select your party. So confirm, is it everybody that's listed there? Do you need to edit that down because it's only a couple of people? Confirm your party, and then you're going to also select your time slot. It's going to move you onto your payment page. Verify real quick that you've got the payment method in there that you're wanting to use and complete your transaction. Within that one time, you have selected and paid for your individual Lightning Lane, and you can now move on to your Genie Plus selection. So you're going to come back to your tip board page. So click over to that tip board tab. And you know what? You made that selection to where you can see those priority rides right there at the top. So as you'll be able to see, just go ahead and select that first Genie Plus Lightning Lane selection of the day. Confirm everyone who's going to utilize that Lightning Lane and complete that booking. You didn't have to go through that extra purchase process because you already did that before 7 a.m. So now you're set. You have 2 Lightning Lanes that you're already starting the day off with. You're gonna go back to My Day and you're gonna be able to see those 2 Lightning Lanes in chronological order as you scroll through the page. So when can you make your next selection for your Genie Plus Lightning Lane? Majority of the time, that's going to be after you have scanned into your Lightning Lane at your current reservation. Be aware that some of these attractions have multiple checkpoints, so you'll need to scan twice before you can make your next selection on your phone. But once you've scanned into your attraction, you may be in that short Lightning Lane queue. You can go ahead and book your next reservation for your Lightning Lane. What if something happens, you've decided to do something else in the park and you need to modify or cancel your current Genie Plus Lightning Lane selection? So to go into modify, you're going to actually click into that Lightning Lane selection that you made on your My Day tab. You're gonna see a window of time that you can move that Lightning Lane selection to. If you need something much more further out, then you're gonna wanna go in there a couple of times until it has the selection that you wanna make. Maybe you're like, you know what, this was the wrong selection, we wanna do something completely different. You can cancel that selection and then go back into your tip board tab and make a new Lightning Lane selection. Modify, cancel. It's a really great tool if you get into your day and you're like, you know what, this isn't actually what we want to do. Ultimately, Genie Plus and individual lightning lanes is supposed to be a tool that helps you enjoy more of your time throughout the entire park and not just standing in a standard line. If you're having difficulties with your Disney Experience app or the Genie Plus selection, go visit the big blue umbrellas that are in the park. They can help walk you through any of the technical difficulties or just understanding of how the system works there in the park. That's a lot of information. Genie Plus and individual lightning lanes are a lot to understand. So thank you for sticking with us. If you feel like you could use a refresher, go back, watch this again. Sometimes it's easier just to make one person in your party your Genie Plus person. If you've got somebody who's a little bit more techie and you're like, this is gonna be my guy, this is gonna be my gal, send this video to them. Make sure they know what they're getting into when making their Genie Plus and individual lightning lane selections.